All right, let's get you the latest developments regarding the war in West Asia. Now, a vessel named MT Jalir has reportedly come under attack off the coast of Oman, triggering fresh concern over maritime security in the region. The Embassy of India in Oman has said that it is closely monitoring the situation and coordinating with local authorities for further details. Officials have confirmed that they are in touch with relevant agencies as the situation develops. Joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Aditya Vadhavan with more on this. Aditya, a very good afternoon to you. We are getting reports now that another oil tanker, MT Jalir, has come under attack off the coast of Oman. And we are also learning that the Indian authorities are now in contact over there with the agencies to make sure that everyone is safe on board.
Well, absolutely. Very good afternoon to you, Shivani. It's indeed a very concerning development that is coming from the Middle East. You know, a commercial vessel, MT Jalir, has come under attack off the Oman coast with Indian sailors reported to be on board. Details of casualties or damage were not immediately clear as authorities monitor the situation. This is the third vessel to be attacked near the Strait of Hormuz. Earlier, two back-to-back vessels carrying Indians were attacked off the coast of Oman within 3 days. The Indian Embassy in Oman said, and I quote, "We have learnt of an incident involving a vessel of Shinaz port of Oman earlier today. We are closely monitoring the situation and coordinating with the local authorities for further details." Completely, Shivani, that's a very concerning development that is undergoing. There are chances of a full-scale war between US and Iran, and definitely earlier today also 3 Indian seafarers were confirmed dead who went missing after a US military attack on a commercial vessel of the Oman coast. 21 Indians were rescued after the attack. So definitely now, it needs to be seen how things unfold in this regard.
Absolutely, Aditya. Really unfortunate news coming in from West Asia. I'd request you to please stay on with us. We're tracking some more developments. India has now voiced deep concern over the attacks on merchant shipping vessels in the Gulf region amid the ongoing conflict and urge for dialogue and diplomacy, underlining New Delhi's importance as a proximate neighbor with critical stakes in security and stability of the region. The remarks were made by Ambassador Parvathaneni Harish, who is India's permanent representative to the United Nations at the UN Security Council open debate on maintenance of international peace and security, advancing political solutions in the Middle East, mediation and dialogue for lasting peace, re-emphasizing India's position on the recent developments in West Asia. Ambassador P. Harish has expressed deep concern over the conflict and urged all sides to exercise restraint, avoid escalation, and prioritize the safety of civilians. He firmly condemned the attacks on merchant shipping vessels and has said, and I'm quoting here, "India is also firmly opposed to attacks on merchant shipping as many of our nationals are prominent in its global workforce. Many Indian nationals have lost their lives or are missing as a result of attacks against countries of the region and against merchant vessels and sea lanes of communication." Let's in fact listen in to this statement.
Congratulate Colombia for assuming presidency of the Security Council for the month, and thank you for convening today's open debate. I also thank the briefers for their insightful remarks. Today's open debate is especially significant in the backdrop of the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East, the immense humanitarian and human toll in terms of loss of lives, injuries, and large-scale displacement of vulnerable civilian populations, impediments to freedom of navigation and consequent impact on global flow of commerce, including massive disruptions to established supply chains and global energy supplies. India would like to re-emphasize its position on the recent developments in the Middle East. First, we express our deep concern at the conflict in Iran and the Gulf region that unfortunately began in the holy month of Ramadan, and urged all sides to exercise restraint, avoid escalation, and prioritize the safety of civilians. The intensification of the conflict and its spread to other nations have evoked great anxiety. The mounting destruction and deaths and cessation of normal life and economic activities have deeply impacted India, a proximate neighbor with critical stakes in the security and stability of the region. There are almost 10 million Indian citizens who live and work in the Gulf region. Their safety and well-being are of utmost priority to us. Our trade and energy supply chains are dependent on stability in the region, and any major disruption has serious consequences for the Indian economy. India is also firmly opposed to attacks on merchant shipping, as many of our nationals are prominent in its global workforce. Many Indian nationals have lost their lives or are missing as a result of attacks against countries of the region and against merchant vessels and sea lanes of communication. In this background, India strongly reiterated its call for dialogue and diplomacy, avoiding impeding freedom of navigation and commerce, avoiding military targeting of commercial shipping, avoiding targeting of civilian population and infrastructure, and seeking an early end to the conflict. India expressed its support to all efforts aimed at peaceful resolution of issues. Second, regarding the situation in Gaza, we believe it has grave humanitarian implications that calls for a sustained ceasefire, humanitarian access, and a credible pathway towards a durable and peaceful resolution based on a negotiated two-state solution with a sovereign, independent, viable state of Palestine living side by side in peace and security with Israel, within secure and recognized borders. This remains the only path to achieve lasting peace and overall prosperity. India is also a committed development partner of Palestine with projects worth $170 million. We will be handing over in a few days $2.5 million to UNRWA, the first tranche of our annual contribution of $5 million. Third.
All right, viewers, we are now